DPP chair calls for unity amid opposition's block of budget bill. Gunshots heard near VP Hsiao's residence in New Taipei City, suspect arrested. President Lai hosts first Social Defense Resilience Committee meeting. Nearly 500 killed in Israeli strikes on southern Lebanon. U.S. government plans to ban Chinese software in connected vehicles. China unveils stimulus package to boost struggling economy. X backs down in fight with Brazilian judges. Viral South Korean Olympic shooter lands first acting role.
Hello, I'm Johnny. Thank you for joining us on Funday News. It's Thursday, September 26th, and here are your top stories. And for today's Taiwan news, facing strong opposition from the KMT and TPP in the Legislative Yuan, President and DPP Chair Lai Ching-te ordered all DPP members to fully participate in legislative meetings and maintain unity. The central government's budget proposal was sent back to committee twice. DPP caucus leader Ko Jian-ming emphasized that not reviewing the budget is impossible and urged members to remain united to face the upcoming legislative session. Gunshots were reported near Vice President Hsiao Baek-kim's residence in Yonghe District, New Taipei City, at 4:30 p.m. yesterday. Police, tracking a serial theft suspect surnamed Xie, fired 3 shots after Xie rammed his vehicle into police cars and attempted to flee. Xie, wanted for multiple thefts, abandoned his car but was apprehended shortly after. No injuries were reported, and the suspect is now in custody for further investigation. The inaugural meeting of the Social Defense Resilience Committee, chaired by President Lai Ching-te, was held today at the presidential office. Lai stressed the importance of working with international partners to enhance Taiwan's defense resilience and urged unity on UN Resolution 2758. After delivering opening remarks and issuing appointment letters, the meeting continued with a report by Deputy Secretary General Xie Tzu-chen, followed by a closed-door discussion and Lai's concluding remarks. And in global news, Israel carried out more airstrikes on Hezbollah targets in its heaviest and deadliest bombardment of Lebanon since 2006, when the two sides fought a devastating war. Lebanese officials said the strikes killed at least 558 people, including 50 children, and wounded more than 1,800. Most of the casualties were in southern Lebanon and the Bekaa region in the northeast, where Iran-backed Hezbollah has a strong presence. Israel said its attacks are aimed at Hezbollah forces who attempt to hide, along with their missiles and other weapons, among civilians.
On Tuesday, the Israel Defense Forces said an airstrike in Beirut killed Ibrahim Mohammed Kabisi, head of Hezbollah's missiles and rockets force. Although an Israeli military official previously said the country is focused on its aerial campaign and suggested it wouldn't also need a ground offensive into Lebanon, Israel's defense chief sought to send a different message. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant's office published pictures of him inspecting Israeli troops simulating combat in Lebanon. He told them, "Any Hezbollah force that you may encounter will be destroyed," adding that the enemy fighters had been degraded while Israeli forces had been hardened by fighting against Hamas in Gaza.
The U.S. Commerce Department on Monday proposed prohibiting key Chinese software and hardware in connected vehicles on American roads due to national security concerns, effectively barring Chinese cars and trucks from the U.S. market. The planned regulation would also require automakers to remove Chinese components from the vehicles in the U.S. in the coming years. The proposal would make software prohibitions effective in the 2027 model year, the hardware ban starting in 2030 or January 2029.
President Joe Biden's administration has raised concerns about data collection by Chinese connected vehicles on U.S. drivers and infrastructure, as well as the potential for foreign manipulation of Internet-connected navigation systems. In February, the White House ordered an investigation. The proposed rules would ban Chinese automakers from testing self-driving cars on U.S. roads and extend to Russian-made vehicle software and hardware, with potential inclusion of other U.S. adversaries. The Commerce Department is allowing 30 days for public comment and aims to finalize the rules by January 20th. These regulations apply to on-road vehicles, excluding agricultural or mining equipment, drones, and trains.
China's central bank has unveiled a major package of measures aimed at reviving the country's flagging economy. People's Bank of China Governor Pang Gongsun announced plans to lower borrowing costs and allow banks to increase lending. The move follows a series of disappointing data that has heightened expectations in recent months that the world's second-largest economy will miss its 5% growth target this year. Stock markets in Asia jumped after Mr. Pang's announcement. The country's real estate industry has been struggling with a sharp downturn since 2021.
Speaking at a rare news conference alongside officials from two other financial regulators, Mr. Pan said the central bank would cut the amount of cash banks have to hold in reserve, known as Reserve Requirement Ratios, RRR. The RRR will initially be cut by 0.5 percentage point, a move expected to free up about 1 trillion yuan. Mr. Pan added that another cut may be made later in the year. Further measures aimed at boosting China's crisis-hit property market include cutting interest rates for existing mortgages and lowering minimum down payments on all types of homes to 15%. Several developers have collapsed, leaving large numbers of unsold homes and unfinished building projects.
After a blackout of more than 3 weeks, X appears ready to comply with court orders in Brazil to restore access for its 21 million users in the country and end a protracted fight between Elon Musk and the country's highest court. Lawyers for X informed Brazil's Supreme Court on Friday that it had named legal representation, a key requirement for reinstating the social media platform in this major market. A day later, the court gave X an additional 5 days to file paperwork formalizing that representation.
X has remained offline in Brazil for most of September, aside from a brief and inadvertent few hours last week, showing users a message that said, "Posts aren't loading right now." When X did come back online fleetingly on September 18th, the company said it was committed to working with the Brazilian government to make the site available again, in a dramatic shift in tone from just weeks earlier. To be reinstated in Brazil, X needs to finalize its legal representation paperwork, pay a fine of approximately $1 million to account for the temporary return of service last week, and provide proof that all accounts identified by the court had been blocked.
Having risen to global social media stardom during the Olympics, South Korean pistol shooter Kim Ye-ji will soon be making her acting debut in the upcoming spin-off series, Crush, a short-form series of the global film project Asia. She won a silver medal in the women's 10-meter air pistol at the Paris Olympics and gained fame for her style and cool demeanor, particularly her wide-rimmed shooting glasses and baseball cap. Now the viral star has secured an acting role that matches her calm and collected persona, an assassin.
Asia, directed by Asia Labs CEO Lee Young-sub, follows the stories of individuals tackling racism and discrimination, featuring a cast of American and Asian actors. In a separate statement, Asia Lab expressed excitement about the potential synergy that will arise from Kim Ye-ji and Anushka Sen's new transformation into a killer duo. Since winning silver, a short clip of Kim at the Baku World Cup in May has gone viral, spawning fan art, endless memes, and multiple edits set to K-pop. Kim signed with a South Korean talent agency in August to help manage her extracurricular activities and has since been featured in a magazine photo shoot for Louis Vuitton.
The answer for yesterday was C, absorb. Plants absorb water through their roots. Did you answer correctly? Now let's delve into the news of U.S. government plans to ban Chinese software in connected vehicles. Number 1, adversary. 敌手,对手. In the competition, both teams were fierce adversaries, constantly challenging each other. Number 2, inclusion. 包容,包含. The company promotes inclusion by ensuring that people from all backgrounds feel valued and respected. Number 3, bar. 阻碍,障碍. The new regulations act as a bar to anyone trying to enter the profession without proper qualifications. Next, we have a multiple choice question for everyone to practice. Which answer would you choose? You can write your answer in the comment section. The correct answer will be announced tomorrow. And that's all for today's Funday News. Be sure to tune in to Funday News from Monday to Friday and click the link below to join Funday for free. I'm Johnny Wu, your host. I will see you next time.